With much expectations, the 89th Oscars Awards just came to an end. Congratulations to Moonlight for winning Best Picture and to Casey Affleck for winning Best Actor. He touched everyone with his emotional rendition in Manchester by the Sea.
Each year, the race for the Best Picture Academy Award seems to get harder and harder to predict, and this year was no different. This year's frontrunner La La Land was named a winner, but only due to a mix-up with the cue cards, and halfway through giving their acceptance speech, the cast and crew were interrupted and informed that they hadn't actually won the trophy. Moonlight was in fact the 2017 Best Picture Oscar winner. Needless to say, everyone at the ceremony was more than surprised, and director Barry Jenkins couldn't believe his ears when they called him up on stage. Especially since he wasn't exactly sure if his film would get a nomination in the first place.
I was in a hotel room in Amsterdam. I was unpacking a suitcase, and I didn't want to watch as it happened live, so I had my publicist slip me notes underneath the door. So I got it on paper, analog, as the results came in.
The 89th Annual Academy Awards had just been handed out, and while many of the categories were dominated by La La Land, the Best Actor trophy went to frontrunner Casey Affleck for his emotional performance in Manchester by the Sea. Even Casey, however, isn't sure why the film turned out so good.
I don't know, it's mysterious. If there was some formula, some explanation, I think everyone would do it.
Affleck at first seemed a shoo-in, after previously winning at the Golden Globes and BAFTAs. But when 8-time Oscar nominee Denzel Washington walked away with the prize during the SAG Awards, it seemed Casey might be in for a serious fight. Luckily, Ben Affleck's little brother paid homage to his competition in his speech, noting that Washington was one of the first people who taught me how to act. The Best Supporting Actor category, meanwhile, also had one prominent name emerge as the frontrunner in recent weeks, and he too went on to triumph. Mahershala Ali has become the first black Muslim actor to win a Little Golden Man for his touching turn as a drug dealer with a heart of gold in the coming-of-age tale Moonlight. Congratulations to Mahershala, Casey, and all the winners of this year's Oscars.
On this week's movie report, we have the Lego Batman movie. Let's watch some behind the scenes.
Computer, how do I put the Joker in Arkham Asylum? Quickest route, no freeways. Computer, do you hear me?
Hello, Master Bruce. I have just taken away your computer privileges.
Gasp.
Sir, it's time for you to stop this unhealthy behavior. You can't spend the rest of your life alone, dressed in black, and staying up all night.
Good night, Alfred.
Sir, it's morning.
2 years ago, the Lego movie was released and became a massive hit. One of the characters in it is Batman, and now he's gotten his very own film, the Lego Batman movie. Over the decades, we've seen the Caped Crusader in many shapes and sizes, but never really in a true comedy, until now.
It's very fun to take an iconic character like Batman and kind of play with the rules that have always been there for him.
It's a great character to do a comedy about. Come on, you're like a millionaire, billionaire guy who's dressing up as a bat and fighting petty crime. Like, there's something there to kind of look into it. It's very easy to ask a lot of really good questions about this character. Like, why is he so lonely, and what is really driving him, and what's it like when he's kind of on his alone and being private? Like, what does that look like? Where does that exterior kind of go?
I think that the script is witty and the part is fun, and what I've seen of the animation, it looks great.
You need to take responsibility for your life, and it starts by raising your son.
I'm sorry. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
The young orphan you adopted at the gala.
I thought I was being sarcastic.
Hello, secret camera.
As with most animated films, for this one too, they got a whole pile of famous actors to do the voices of the characters. That's not just because it's fast and easy money for them, it's also really fun to do.
We had countless times where we had really big laughs, and we were making each other laugh and surprising each other, and that sort of element of surprise came across in the film. I think that a lot of that stuff made its way into the movie stuff that we just kind of created in the moment. I feel like I'm Bruce Wayne, and I'm going through some changes. Slowly, I am Batman.
The voice stuff, you have to exaggerate it enough where it's not a real voice, really. It's not how people really talk, but it's because it's cartoons or animation, it is a little bit more heightened, I think.
I get to overact even more. Yours. Okay, here we go. They asked me to do this. Can you leave this in there, editor? They asked me to do this.
Penguin, Crazy Quilt, Eraser, Polka Dot Man, Mime, Tarantula, King Tut, Orca, Killer Moth, Orange Harriet, Zodiac Master, Gentleman Ghost, Clock King,
Calendar Man, Kite Man, Cat Man, Zebra Man, and the Condiment King!
Okay, are you making some of those up?
Nope, they're all real. Probably worth the Google.
All Batman films are set in Gotham, and this one is no exception. Director Chris McKay really went out of his way to do the iconic city justice.
I wanted to be able to shoot Gotham City so wide and so far away that there are times that you don't even realize you're watching a Lego movie, that you actually, this looks like any city, and only when you get in, you realize, oh, it's bricks and minifigs and that kind of thing. But there are shots in the movie where you go completely out and you don't even, you think, you could be, you could mistake it for just a shot of any city.
Check out The Dark Knight as you've never seen him before, because the Lego Batman movie is out now.
Hey, computer, I'm home.
What is the password?
Batman.
Thank you.
I love it.
Welcome back with our exclusive interview of Kristen Stewart, best known for her portrayal of Bella Swan in the Twilight Saga movies. Let's see the footage.
Hollywood actress Kristen Stewart has never found acting in movies to be a comfortable experience.
Pretending to be someone else and letting people watch you do it is very strange.
And she's just as unsure in the public eye, often looking out of place on the red carpet and nervous and frustrated in interviews. As a celebrity, K-Stu also holds a special place in pop culture for being a star who strongly divides opinions among fans. But when people aren't talking about her love life or movie career, they often gush about her sense of style. In fact, Kristen was voted the world's best-dressed woman by Glamour magazine in both 2012 and 2013. The next year, Jennifer Lawrence dethroned Stewart, but in 2015 as well as 2016, she was crowned fashion queen once again. On top of that, she's been picked as the face of high-end brands like Chanel and Balenciaga, and appeared in numerous ads. Despite the fact that she's often labeled a style icon, Kristen doesn't really feel the pressure of having to look perfectly fashionable all the time.
I don't really let it worry me. I tend to do things rather instinctively. I never really force myself into anything. If something's not working, if I'm like not feeling a gown or something, I won't do it. And it's good because like if you put something on and it doesn't feel right, it shows.
And that's probably why she chose this Chanel Couture sleeveless top with matching bedazzled trousers at the 2014 Cannes Film Festival instead of a dramatic dress. Despite her rebellious nature, though, Kristen has slowly begun to embrace her feminine side, like with this dark, modern take on Grace Kelly, this avant-garde mini dress, or an almost sci-fi look in Venice, a silk and lace gown with matching silver pumps, all outfits by Chanel with a Stewart twist. Never pretending to be something she's not, Kristen is the perfect role model for young girls all over the world. The actress isn't one to hold her tongue, and will never let anyone tell her what to do either. In her early years of fame, the media often mistook Stewart's straightforwardness for ungratefulness. But going forward, she's found her own way to deal with that.
Well, I think as you get older, it's not just in interviews, but just in life, is like, you have to be really aware of what you would like to say and put out there and not allow people to draw things out of you that don't exist and then you misrepresent yourself. I think it's really important to not be manipulated by people and sort of just like stay even-keeled.
We couldn't agree more. Kristen Stewart is probably one of the most professional young actresses in the business today, and we can't wait to see what the future will bring her next.
We all have favorite stars, but there are always news to follow. Let's talk about Jennifer Connelly or Captain America Chris Evans. Let's see what happens in their lives. Let's see together the stars' best secrets.
Born to an antique dealer and a clothing manufacturer, Jennifer Connelly started modeling at 10 years old and swiftly moved up to TV commercials, and from there turned onto the rapid road to Hollywood. But this isn't about her career. Here's a couple of things you probably didn't know about this lovely star. Although Jennifer is fluent in French and Italian, in her teens her agent had the idea for her to cut a record in Japanese, with all the lyrics spelled phonetically to make it easier for her to sing. Though she did hit the charts in the Asian country, to this day she may still not know what it is she sang about. Were you aware that the animators of Disney's 1992 movie Aladdin based the appearance of Princess Jasmine on the lovely Jennifer? Aladdin himself, meanwhile, was modelled after Tom Cruise. Jennifer has reportedly suffered from attention deficit disorder almost her entire life. Diagnosed at a young age, she still takes medication to manage her symptoms, as she needs her wits about her to deal with raising her 3 kids. And finally, Connolly has a passion for mathematics and science, but she's not much of a computer person. In college, she did all her work on a typewriter and didn't own a laptop until 2015. She did use the pseudonym Exor while surfing the web back in its early days, an incredibly nerdy term used in computer security, but that was in tribute to an IT-loving cousin. Hollywood leading man Chris Evans fell in love with acting while in high school. These days, most of the planet knows him as the patriotic superhero Captain America. But what are some things you might not have realized about this handsome superstar? First of all, although as Captain America he regularly faces Nazis, aliens and supervillains without batting an eye, in real life the star is not so confident. He's stated that after accepting the role, he immediately went into therapy. As a child, this former vegetarian says that he dreamed of being a painter. After getting his start on stage as a teen, he wrangled an internship by randomly contacting dozens of New York casting agencies. He's even shared a photo of the embarrassing letter he sent along with his headshot. It worked though, and by the end of the summer, he had an agent of his own. Though he doesn't get much chance to showcase his other talents in his many comic book flicks, Evans is actually a triple threat. His mum taught him to tap dance from a young age, and when he feels stressed, he still likes to blow off steam by putting on his tap shoes and dancing it out. He also grew up loving Disney films and reportedly knows the lyrics to every song from The Little Mermaid. And in addition to performing, he's also been known to step behind the camera and dreams of one day becoming a full-time director. Finally, the down-to-earth performer calls himself a mama's boy, even admitting during an interview that the first time he had sex, he raced home to tell his mum.
Finally, let's explore more of the fashion world with Thuy Nguyen, a designer who is a rising star among couture designers. She's originally from Vietnam and grew up in Holland, but has been living in Paris for many years now. Let's see her vision of fashion. Let's hear what she has to say.
I'm Toe from the brand Swan. Well, original, I'm Vietnamese, but I grew up in Holland, so I'm Dutch, but living in Paris for the last 15-16 years.
Since 2000, Xuan To Nguyen has been making waves in the world of haute couture. It's something the rising fashion star has been preparing for her whole life.
I think I always wanted to be a designer, and then I went to the Amsterdam Fashion Institute. We opened a shop in Paris, and that's how it actually started. And my parents are in fashion or in textiles, so I think that had a part of it.
To is known for the way her dress's construction supports her intimate aesthetic.
Every designer has a style. I think mine it's feminine. It has a little of a twist. I think there's a lot of technical details in it and a lot of embroidery, handwork as well. So it has this sort of a soft, edgy, feminine touch.
Even just 2 days before unveiling her Spring-Summer 27 line during Paris Fashion Week, Nguyen and her team were still hard at work.
Today's the fitting, so we have to change, some of the looks for the girls to make it fit, and that's it. Well, actually we do get the hand flowers arriving tomorrow, so I hope early, so we have to still put like a couple of 100 flowers on it, which that's normal. It's normal.
But despite the last-minute stress, the show was a big success.
We're doing, not a lot of looks, so actually every look sort of represents a feeling or a sense, or it could be happiness, it's sadness. So that's the idea behind it in a positive way. So even when you have, sadness or something like that, we try to put it in a positive way.
As Swan's fashion profile continues to rise, we're sure to see these gorgeous dresses on the red carpet soon.
When I design a collection, it's more about it reflects my personal perception or reflection, so it's more about what I feel or what I see around me, and that's what I put in my collection. So it's more like a visual, a diary or communication or expression, which you sometimes aren't capable to say or show. Well, I show it in clothes, yeah.
And that's just the peek at the entertainment news we cover every week, from our newsroom to the red carpet, from Beverly Hills to the Big Apple. We will give you the blasting entertainment news of the world every week on Series E1. I am Balik, see you next week.
Have you